At the end of every outing, you're going to have to uncock your crossbow. And there's a number of different ways to uncock your crossbow. Now, without a doubt, the best way to uncock a crossbow involves a deer, but that doesn't always happen. So you've got a couple of choices. What our competitors with the compound style crossbows will tell you to do is that you have to fire an arrow into the ground. The reason they tell you you have to fire that arrow in the ground is because they use an anti-dry fire type device, and there has to be an arrow in it in order to fire the bow. We recommend people uncock their crossbow by using the rope cocking aid. What that does is saves you from wrecking arrows by hitting rocks and making a lot of noise when you're getting off your stand. The way you uncock using your rope cocking aid is pretty simple. Put your foot all the way in the stirrup. You never want that stirrup to slip off of your foot, or else you're going to be holding onto the cocking aid and the bow's going to come up at a very high velocity and make your acquaintance. So your foot's all the way in the stirrup every time. First thing you're going to do is put it on exactly the same way as you did when you cocked the bow. Put it on just like that. The string must be in the groove. The two hooks are tight against the deck, one on either side of the trigger unit. This, by the way, is a great time to make sure there is no arrow on the deck. This is a major safety concern, and if you do not pay attention and you leave the arrow on the deck when you go to uncock the bow, you can cut your foot pretty badly. So, remove the arrow, put the rope cocker in position, pull it all the way through to your strong side. I'm right-handed, so I use my right side. Pull up as hard as you can with this hand. You want to pull as hard as possible, put the safety off, pull the trigger with your left hand, and ease the string down. This is a 225-pound crossbow, and I'm not the strongest man in the world, so it's easy for me. I'm sure uncocking your bow will be easy for you. Just remember, pull up as hard as you can before you hit that trigger, and make sure there's no arrow on the deck when you do it. One of the more common questions we get from people who are confused about how to use the rope cocking aid is, why can't I cock the bow with my rope cocking aid? Every time I go to cock it, the hooks jump up on the deck and they interfere with the spring when I try and pull them back. So obviously something's wrong with the rope cocking aid. Well, really, it's not the rope cocking aid, it's user error. The thing that you're doing, if the hooks are jumping up on the deck, is you aren't bracing that rope back here. You're trying to put the hooks on like this and then pull them up. And they automatically jump on the deck as soon as you pull up. If you put the hooks on, make sure the rope is in the groove and hook the second hook on. You will find no problem, and it's an awful lot easier too.